Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Just been muted the whole time. Fun. Basically, I've been talking to myself for a little bit, but what I was saying is today we're working on the editor. I feel like I can clean up clean up the UI a lot. I recently did the title bar, and I feel like that upgraded a lot the visual aspect of the editor, but I feel like everything else is not really on par with whatever this is giving. Notably, the hierarchy window is pretty crowded compared to everything else. The environment window, I want to move into its own component so I can get rid of it completely. It's just going to be in your scene. And then we can end up with like a UI that's a little bit cleaner like this, and maybe have the ability to hide and show the file browser, because that's not something you always use if you're programming, for example. So I could have something like this. So overall, I feel like I can make the editor like super clean. Another thing is the speed meter kind of thing. I don't need to always be displaying that. So I think I can do something like, if you're editing it, then it's showing, otherwise it's not. Or even like being able to like drag it with your mouse. I feel like this toolbar stuff can now be moved like on the title bar itself, like on the same level as these. So yeah, just I could try doing a little mock-up in Paint or something. And the other thing that's really needed is a undo and redo system. That is the #1 pain point, I feel like, with the current editor. So I could move to like just like this for now. Let me do like a quick patch. Something like this. I want to get rid of the visibility thing. And maybe move the script there instead. The type I can remove completely and replace with an icon. Like this. Oops. Fuck. Oh, shit. Like this. Me to use my paint skills. Why is it doing that? What? Why does it have like a blue outline? I've never had that before. What? What happened? Oh my god. Yeah, they added that to Paint. Just like a remove background. That's cool, I guess. Fuck, it's doing it again. No, I don't want that. Paint. Okay. Script. Let's remove div. Okay. So the whole type is gonna be removed. That's gonna be something like this. Could be a little bit cleaner. Could also put the script icon next to the name, a little bit like how Godot does it. And then this whole thing can be hidden. This could be turned into an icon later on. The visibility is going to be in here instead. Not really sure how I'm going to expose that, but that's fine. Now, the other thing I wanted to see, oh, we're in release. Oh, whatever. But yeah, that's essentially like the quick, easy wins I can do. Maybe also remove these columns title. I don't think it's needed. And the main thing with like the visibility is if you're gonna hide like this, for example, the I don't know spaceship one, it doesn't even work with everything. It works like on the entity, not it doesn't get like propagated to the child. One thing with that is like if you're gonna be hiding an entity, it's gonna be visible in the hierarchy. So you're only really saving one click for something you're gonna be toggling like really fast or temporarily.
I'll get straight to the point. I found marijuana in the house.
So you can just click on the entity and hide it like that. You know,
I'm willing to do just that if that's what it
it's
takes to get
pretty.
joined into this house.
It's not worth having like this whole row just for this one case. Like you're not hiding and showing stuff all the time, if that makes sense. Also, the type doesn't really make sense because, for example, this is a character controller, also has a script and a capsule collider, and this has a rigid body. For example, this model could have a collider. So is it a rigid body or a model? It can be both. So it doesn't make sense to have this label. It would be useful though to have an icon instead, showing you like what's the component on it. Yeah. So enough talking. First thing I wanted to do is I think it would be removing the environment and placing it in the scene. So the way it currently works, I have an environment object in my scene object, not in my scene tree. It's not part of the scene. I mean, yeah, it is part of the scene, but it's on entities. So in the scene, I have this environment somewhere here, and it has a typo in it. Amazing. So what we need to do is just move this object inside a component, and that can be the default environment. So what I can do with that is make it static. So all my scenes just have one environment, static, it's shared. You can't edit it. But when you get to rendering, you check if the scene has an environment component. If it doesn't, just use the default one. And if it does, just use that one. So let's start with that. I'm also gonna fix the typo at the same time. Now I'm gonna have a bunch of errors, I think. And I'm gonna do, oops. There you go. Now that is done. Get environment is where we're going to do the check, and we're going to remove this set environment. There you go. And this is the serializing of it. We don't need to do that anymore. Get environment. Return the default one. Deserializing. We don't need to do that either. Awesome. So now, let's try and compile. I'm not sure if this is private. Yes, it is. We're good. Should work. Should work fine. Now we have this default environment. I'm not saying the settings are great, because there's a bunch of like settings about the rendering. For now, all the rendering, post-processing, and everything else is in there. This guy, everything. We just need good defaults. Now I'm gonna create a component. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna need analyze this to null, because we can't, because if we're setting it directly in the global scope, it's gonna try creating OpenGL buffers before OpenGL is initialized. So we need to defer how we initialize it. So I'm gonna do this right here. Last stream I was playing some music that I actually liked, and the stream got blocked because I was listening to copyrighted music. So now we're on this non-copyrighted music, and I don't know if it's hitting the spot. You know, this is not the type of stuff I listen to. But oh well. Okay. Now this should work. While I'm at it, I'm gonna create the component. Scene components. Awesome. There's so much flickering. I wonder why. I didn't used to have that problem. Oh well. Okay. So now this is working. I'm gonna create the components. So this is gonna be environment component. Add. And CPP. Let me get like a stupid simple component and copy it. Environment component. Environment. Okay. This. Spelling error. Environment. there's no spelling mistake. Come on. Oops. It's gonna be resource. This. Environment. Environment. Component. All right. Cool. It would be nice if environments were files or resources, just like skies. It would be really nice actually, because you could make an environment and reuse it in other scenes. So for that, we need to create a new environment resource. Awesome. It's always the rabbit hole, that's how it goes. So we have the sky resource. Now let's do environment resource. Well, is that a resource already? It's not, but it could be. It could very well be. Oops. Can I just do that? Yeah. Well, let's copy the sky resource. Like this. Path of the file. How do I call the default constructor? Like this, right? This is just bad code I wrote. Ugh. Whatever. This is not a refactoring stream. Okay, we got the path. What else? What else? Okay. Now we don't have textures. We got serialize and deserialize. That's already done for us. And in the resource loader, got load sky. Now let's do one for load environment. Environment. Oops. Environment. Let's copy this. Load environment. Expected. We can't use .env. Because it's already a well-used, well-known extension. So let's use the full thing. File not found. This. Oh shit. No. God damn it. This. Make sure we include it. He's in rendering, really? What is it? Source scene, lighting. What was I thinking? Get resource. Get resource. Register resource. Alright. Environ. Damn, I cannot type that word for some reason. I'm like blind to it. This is embarrassing. Environment is not a word. Environ. I'm dyslexic for sure. It's weird. It's never happened to me before. Okay. Now let's support it. All right. This, I should make a switch case for that. Oh well, it's strings. Also, every time I get to this file, I'm like, this is horrible. I need to fix it, and then I never do it. Okay. All right. All right, all right. We need to register the component. It's gonna be environment component internal initialize class. Serialize the component. Now we just have to do the UI. So I'm gonna copy that into my environment component. It's gonna be environment resource. Environment. Okay. Let's get a component. We got this. Environment component. Environment resource. Resource path. Environment resource. Resource. This. File system. All right. Now let's do the UI. All right. First off, let's test what we have so far. So I should be able to create what I just wrote. I should be able to go into file browser, right click, new environment, and save it. I should be able to add the new environment component to an entity, and I should be able to drag this new resource into the UI. Now I just wrote all of that and then test it. I should have, but let's see if I'm experienced enough to know. So let's create a new entity. Add component. We got the environment here. It has a file path. Now we can't drag any kind of file into it, but we can do a new resource environment. It's going to ask us the name. Let's do default. Save. Now we got the default environment that we can drag in there. Boom. Now we hit save. We close. We open. And it's serialized correctly. Oh my god. And the crazy thing is, like, if we open that file, it's an actual environment with the correct data. This would, damn. I'm so used to my code base that it can just do shit like that without even testing, and it works. Very nice. But now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I kind of want to rename it to just env, but I'll forget. I'll do it later. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. So now we need to take the UI over here and move it in the properties. And then once that's done, we can just get rid of that window forever. Goodbye. We don't need it. And after that, I was just overriding the scene dot get environment function to return the environment that's in a component, and that's it. And then we can do some, like, you can add another environment component if you already have one in your scene and stuff like that. And then we're done. We can have environment per scenes, cleaned up the UI, perfect. Very happy with that so far. So now let's do UI. Let's do the UI. If I recall correctly, the environment window is simply in the editor interface mastodon of a file. It's in there. It's in there. Draw scene tree. Why is it in draw scene tree? That's super weird. We don't need that. You can just take that. Yeah, take that, yeah. And then in the editor, I think it's called selection. Editor selection panel. And then we have something like sky here. Here, this is the selection. If the current file that is selected is of type file type environment, environment is equal to resource loader load environment current file get relative back, and then we can do selected resource, which is of type resource, and our environment is not resource, so we can just do that. I put it on 2 lines because it's easier to debug. If I set a breakpoint here, I can actually see the resource. Expected an expression. Load environment. Environment is that not like a load environment? Yeah, that's fine. It's just tripping for some reason. Sky resource. Okay, we can put it here. Case file type environment break Now we can paste this whole thing. We have some errors. Guys. We have some errors. Where are the errors? Oh, it's just missing those goddamn macros. Which I think I'm gonna move into the UI header. Yeah. Wait, not this one. Sorry. This MUI header. Yes. So we have this one and this one. Begin collapse header and collapse header. Sorry. What is that? What is all this code? Oh, that's it? Are you kidding me? I thought it was way bigger. Okay. Let's go back to editor selection panel. The CPP file. All of this is gone. But I also want to add something to the top. And this is what I want to add. This. And we want to remove this. And this. And this. And this extra thing. Now let's fix the indentation. All right. So now we should be able to have the editing of the resource file itself. Pretty confident that all of this works. Pretty confident. Now let's go to c.cpp and do the get environment. Do something like this. It's gonna be an environment component. Oops. So we're gonna iterate over all the environment component in this scene. Like this. And component. Now we can do if environment component dot fuck. How was I doing it? Sky resource. This is what I want. This is what I want, basically. Just copy pasta. So what this does, because the edge case we're handling here is we might have a component that don't have an environment resource set in it. It's just going to be empty. So we can't just assume every environment component is going to have an environment. It can be empty. So what I'm doing is, if in a component the file that's being set exists, because I can have a file set but it doesn't exist on the hard drive, so I need to be aware of that. And the actual resource, because this is not a path, this is the actual resource, the UID, is 0. That means we have set a file, but the resource is not loaded. So this will load the resource and set on a component. And we only do that when we're getting an environment. So we're making sure we're not loading anything we're not going to be using. So now we just load the environment using the path like this. Oops. We get the relative path to the project because the resource manager, that's how it works. And then we also check. And then if that fails, that means we either have a resource that's set. We check if it's already loaded in the resource manager. If it is, we can just return it here. We simply get the environment resource. Environment resource here. Why is the resource manager? It's probably not used for some reason. Let's put it here. Source resource manager. Environment resource. No, this is just environment. That means we found it. We simply return it. Break. We don't need a break. Return. Otherwise, it's gonna iterate over everything. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna return the M component. I'm gonna return environment. Yeah. And for now, if you have multiple resources in your scene, that's undefined behavior. Brother, you're doing something wrong if you have multiple environment in your scene. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh shit. We got some weird stuff going on. Get resource. Oh, I'm in a release. All right. Let's try it. All right. Done building. Get the component. File exists, but the resource is not the resource is not set. We set it, we load it. Can also like improve this code a little bit. Ah, everything's freezing. We can just load it here. Why is my computer freezing like that? God damn. We can do this. Return. We're skipping this check here. We're doing that every frame, so it's a pretty critical path. If resource manager is resource loaded. All right. Let's hit those breakpoints. Okay. We're loading this resource. Let's see what's inside. So it's a procedural sky, volumetric fog, blah blah blah. All right. Seems fine to me. Ah. We need to pass a reference to it. It's const. Can't be const. We fixed our problem. We're loading it every frame. That's why it was fucking up. And even though I was setting it, because it was getting the component by copy, it wasn't actually changing component data. It was changing the data of a copy of the component. That should work. Should work exactly as intended. But we'll see. All right. Seems fine. We got the environment here. We got the color, but it's not reloading. Now, how do we do that? Well, in the editor selection panel, it all starts from this. Selected resource. It should be changing it though. If is resource loaded. Register it again. Okay, 77199. 77199. It should be changing it live though. This is what I don't get. Okay. Add sky. Got this sky over here. Well, it's not sky. I want the environment. Let's do like clear color. Okay, it's using it. But it's not changing it. Hmm. Oh, maybe I shouldn't load it every time. If resource loader. Ah. All right. Okay. We found the bug. So it should parse read UUID. Fine. So we got 15723. Okay, it's loading it every time. It's generating a new UID. Damn. Oh, I know why. I know why. Serialize val UID. There you go. Now it should work. Now it should work. So Boom. There you go. Oh, damn. It's not working. It's loaded twice. Okay, maybe it's the like with my changes and everything. Maybe it's just like in a weird state. Let's try. Environment. I drag it here. Already loaded. It's black. There you go. It was just in a weird state. It was just in a weird state.
This is that once in a lifetime.
It was just in a weird state. And we got rid of this whole window thing. So, I'm not sure if we should make the UI like this by default now, you know? Because for example, with like very big entities, like for example, let's do this. Let's do this nav mesh volume. Let's do this, okay. Make it bigger. Make it bigger like that. Say we do like generate. We got this tiny window for all of these settings, you know. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want it like that, you know. But it's kind of weird when like it's in that state where it's like empty. It's kind of nice though. Okay, let's do like a case where like someone's working full screen, like Unity for example. Actually, it's not too bad. And like if we collapse this, it's workable. What does Unity look like? Unity editor. Okay, Unity does it like this. So Unity would be... Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. So Unity would go like this. And then like this. No. Like this. This is basically Unity's UI. Which I'm not like super fond of. What about Unreal 5? I feel like Unreal's pretty clean. Oh, see, they have the scene hierarchy here. They have something like this. That's what they have. Which low-key is pretty nice. Ooh, it's pretty nice, I gotta say. Hmm. Okay. Be right back. A little break. I'll be right back.
Again, this couldn't happen.
All right. Um, we're back. We got the environment thing. It would be nice having an icon, though. I have to be honest. So let's do that. Because if I don't do it now, I've learned over the years that I'm gonna do it in 8 months minimum. So I have this little Figma project where I do my little icons. Now, what do my other icon look Like this? Is that how I do it? Maybe. Let's see, blend. Blender icons. Oh, we gotta find one for sky and environment. Make it bigger for you guys. Environment. That's finding icons for stuff is surprisingly difficult because it makes you think of like instead of thinking about like environment, you gotta think about it like visually. Like what's environment visually as an icon? Such a weird thing we never think about. It's like yeah, sound is speaker, drawing, that's gonna be a pen. Light, it's gonna be a light bulb, but with stuff that doesn't exist, that's not physical, is weird. Environment can be like a world, but then a scene could also be a world. So it's like, oh, sphere, sky. That could work. That could work, but not a fan. A Blender is not known for having a great UI, so we gotta make decisions, you know. Environment is more about rendering in the sky. So it's a lot of things. It's not like a typical environment, you know. It's more like a pipeline, I guess, like post-processing pipeline. In Unity, they're called pipelines. But only got one, so it's more like pipeline or rendering settings. That could be good. Got the shadows, got the SSAO, the reflection. I mean, it's pretty valid. It's pretty valid. It's pretty... Okay. Don't forget, we got sky and environment. So... Well, actually, I might move... Hear me out. I might move the sky in here, you know?
What this is saying then is that just as you don't know
No, not really.
how you
I should move the sky out of
how
environment
you manage to grow and
because
shape this body of yours,
the rest is
that doesn't
like
mean to say
rendering,
that
you
you're
know?
not doing it.
Sky shouldn't be in an environment. It should be in the component or the resource directly.
How the universe shines the stars,
Damn.
constellates the constellation, and galactifies the galaxies. You don't know. But that
So
doesn't
then,
mean to
in my
say
scene, you're gonna have a camera,
that you
an environment,
aren't doing it
in the sky.
the same way as you're breathing without knowing how you breathe.
That's for another day. Let's do environment. No, I should have everything in environment. Yeah. That's the move. Let's see, Unreal Environment Gizmo. Let's keep looking. Sorry if this is boring, but a lot of people ask me like how to get this UI or how to make an ImGUI look like that. But honestly, like most of it is like just design and taking the time to figure like the proportion, like all the padding and the pixels. You know, it's like seeing stuff like this, you know, it's like the padding around this button is not equal on the top. I can see that and it's bothering me. But it's like that everywhere. So it's just like having an eye for it. Like there's so much stuff that bothers me in this UI, but most people don't notice these kind of things. But I feel that's how you get like better at making UIs. It's just like putting in the work. Oh, that's pretty good. The world here. That is pretty good. I like that. I don't know why I can't click on that. Where is it? No, I lost it. Where's my world? World. Inspect. Here you go. We cheated our way. Alright, let's copy this file. Boom. Let's remove those. Let's put this here. Let's center it. Maybe move it down a little bit like this. Is that fair? Maybe it's a little bit too big. I feel like that's good enough. Export. Nuake. Resources. Images. It's gonna be environment. File icon. Then we go into texture manager. We do one of these. Where's the file? File icon. There you go. It's gonna be file icon. And it's gonna be env. This. And I have this cool script. It's gonna embed this image into my code base. And it should work. Nuake resources, images, audio file icon. And this is gonna be environment file icon. Awesome. Now in the file system UI icon, if file type, I should use switch case for that, I'm aware. It's gonna be in file icon. Wow. How does that look? How does that look? That's fine. I'm really thinking I should put like .env though. And it's like, do I need the file around it, or should I just put a world? Because I got scene. I think I should just ditch this whole thing. Like the file. And just like center that. I think that's what I should do. Oops. Like that. Let's try it. Yeah, that's better. That's way better. It's a bit small though. It's a bit small. Or the rest is very big. I feel like the rest is very big. Let's leave it like that for now. It's perfectly fine. Okay. I should probably commit. I made a lot of changes. See, now it couldn't find the environment, so it fell back on the default one. But as soon as I drag this in, it's gonna work. There you go. Sick. I like that. Okay. I'm gonna commit. Oh shit, it's gonna be a big one. This is a big one. Moved environment to a resource and a component. Pretty nice. It would be nice if there was an arrow over here that I could click on and it would select the file for me, if that makes sense. I should probably try and do that. So if we go into selection, edit, selection panel, resource. What is it? Accept, drag this. Yes. Imgui. Set cursor position X. Imgui get cursor position X. Minus const int haircut button width. It's gonna be, I don't know what, like 50 for now. Minus width minus imgui get style dot item spacing like this. So we're moving back and then we're doing another imgui button like this. This one's gonna be invisible. Nah, not invisible for now. Let's just do like this for now. Of size 50 by 50. Like this. And if we do that, we'll show your cut button. It's gonna be file path is not empty for now. Let's do that. Okay, if file system file exists, file path, then we select it. Selected resource. It's gonna be oh shit, no, selection, not that's all I gotta do. It's just like selection. What the fuck? It's all file. The fuck is selection? Edit your selection. Can I access that in some way? Editor to have a reference to editor in here. No. That's all I have. Okay. themselves. Yes. We can pass in a file. Doing file system, get file, file path. Okay. Sorry, I had to do a tiny refactor. So basically this editor selection panel needs to change. God damn it. Editor interface. Doesn't know what it is.
Listen, man.
So it's part of this thing. Good, getting somewhere here. This whole editor code base is so bad. Actually, I think I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna pass a pointer to the selection. Because I needed to work with the prefab editor as well. So it's gonna be editor selection. Um, All right. Now we're ready to test it. Okay. I forgot the mgui same line. If it works. Okay. Awesome. Um and then we can also do mgui allow item overlap. What that's gonna do is it looks at the previous element we drew, and it's gonna allow the next item to overlap. So as you can see, it's like, even though I'm hovering over the arrow, it's going through on the button under because of the order of the stack. So by doing set allow overlap, you can overlap a widget over another one and the order is gonna be right. That's gonna detect it correctly. Never mind. It's not overlap I'm looking for then. Oi, what's up? What's up, Zypher? Never know how to say your name, but I recognize you from the Discord. How do I do this? I forgot. Mgui overlap button. How does this guy does it? Damn, that's a crazy animation editor. Oh, set item overlap, set next item overlap. That's what I was using the wrong one. Sorry, I haven't been around much to help. It's fine, dude. You know, I never expect people to help. Like, to me, it's just having people interested is mind-blowing to me. I don't expect anyone to work or help me, and, you know, no need to apologize. So now we got this button overlap, which is pretty nice. You can click on it and it selects the file for us. That would be nice if you'd be able to go back, but I'm not there yet. I'm not sure I like this. I like how it is, you know. Um, and I'm not sure like that I can click on it. It's a path. I should be able to write in it, you know. Kind of pathing the same way I did. What do you mean? I'm just like not very good with like everything other than working on the project. Ah, that's nice. Yeah, I feel like a lot more people should do that. Like people get thrown into like the industry and they only touched Unreal, you know. And it's like you can tell people have less and less experience in studying how it was done before, you know. You gotta walk before you can run. Um, I'll keep it like this for now. Maybe it's a little bit too wide. 50. Let's do like 30. So like this. And what's nice with the reflection stuff is that this little arrow shortcut that I'm doing here, like this, it works with other stuff, all the resource files, basically. So if, for example, I create a sky, and then I use this weird Q map that's not working well, I can click on it and it's gonna bring me to this. Now what else do I have? I have the dot map. I don't have any properties for that. That's fine. Let's start with a bigger project. Let's try with like this one. Just make sure it's in view. That should be good. Okay. So, all right, C# scripts, fine. I'm fine with that not having the shortcut. What else? Audio. Audio doesn't have an editor. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. The map. The map should kind of open Trench Broom, I feel like. Because like I want to edit this map, so I click on it. I feel like it should open Trench Broom. So let's do that. If the file exists, I should keep that. Maybe I still had the sliders source code. What sliders? So if file, get file type. File type. Is there map? Map. The window in editor, that would be great. Yeah, if you could just do it in the Trench Broom window in editor. Ceramic was a remake of Singe and Gareth's slide mod for Quake 1. Ah. Hoverboard racing. That's cool. It could be cool. Let's try it. So now I have 2 trench brew map in this project in the same scene. Oops. So if I select my spaceship and I click here, now I'm in debug, so it's kind of slow. You should open trench brew with the ship. So since you had 0 friction, you could just strafe, right? And gain speed by strafing. Alright, so we got this ship over here. Let's say I make this. Nice. Works well, works well. The maps are all downhill. Oh, so it was almost like a skiing minigame. We're like going downhill. It sounds fun. See, like, it's those kind of projects that I feel could like stand up as games on their own, but they're stuck in those games, so people have to like download Quake, install the mod, and play that. Where it could just be like a standalone game. Then people can make maps for those games. It's kind of why I'm making nuake. It's like, since everything is kind of like modular, but it's its own game, you can just make the game in there, and people can make maps with any games you make with nuake, because you just give the entity definition to people. They can make maps and make levels, you know, for any game. Let's see. Do you have any like hotspots in my code that I just added? It's like here. What's yard X facing? One thing I need to do in nuake is reverse Z, because with big worlds, the loss of precision is brutal. All right. Floating point origin. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even using quad trees or anything. I'm just rendering stuff straight up. But like, it's mostly with the rendering artifacts, you know, it's like, you can see like those shadows when I get like kind of far at a grazing angle, it's flashing. Also, like, my scale is kind of weird. Like, I'm using kind of small units. But, yeah. Just need to like, because the thing is, what's my near render distance? Let's see. .0.001 and then 400. So it's pretty small. Yeah. I should stop hard coding shit, you know? Yeah. I should either move to, like, I know rendering wise, reverse Z is gonna get rid of the graphical artifacts with it in the post process. But yeah, like I can get like kind of close. Let me. Like there's no point for me to like get this close to the wall. You know? I think I was taking like macro screenshots. Like yeah. Okay, why when am I doing like performance profiling I get like, oh, is this in release mode? This has to be in release mode. That's interesting. I didn't think of that, using multiple cameras. But I feel like because one thing I'm trying to not fall into is trying making an engine that's made for open world when really it's not at all the scope I'm going for. Why do I get so many FPS when I'm profiling? Okay, that's better. Stop collection. And I also want, yeah. One thing I also want to do is like basic terrain editing features, because making terrain in Trench Broom is horrible. Doesn't support like patches like in Quake 3. And you know, it's really annoying. I want to do that. Why is it calling resize? That's weird. Geomon like red faction? What's Geomon? Probably had a terrain editor, I'm guessing.
Hello, everybody.
So he makes his terrain. He imports it. pretty cool. I like old engines like that. Damn, this is cool. Diggable terrain walls and stuff. No, like, I don't know if you ever had like a Radiant Pod 4 map. Terrain. So, this is what I grew up with, like, messing with. And it's basically Trench Broom, but it had like really good support for patches, so they would do all their terrain in there. So you start with this brush. This is like one of the feature I want the most in Trench Broom. So you make your brush, and then you specify how much you want to subdivide it. But it's only faces basically, so it's only one face. It's like an actual brush. And then you go into vertex editing mode. I don't know why he's not doing anything. Intermediate patches. There you go. So he goes into vertex mode in Trench Broom, and then you move them. That's like the simplest way. You can get something very similar in Trench Broom just by like doing a brush. But it also had this drawing mode, which is very similar to like Unity, like painting, and then you could edit those vertex by drawing onto it. And then you can add texture and paint to texture on it, so you can do like blending between road and grass on it. It's like very primitive, so simple, but it works so well. People did so much with it, and like even up until Black Ops 3, where they had the updated tool, it was still the same concept, just like a nicer user experience. And Black Ops 3 maps, they look really, really, really good, and it's still the same concept, just a nicer UI, you know? People did roads, like all the multiplayer maps was using that. It just had better textures, like PBR rendering. It's such a simple concept, but it's so nice. Like that would be awesome to have, you know. Like if I had brush editing and these patches, man, that would be so cool to have in a game engine out of the box. No nonsense. You know, people made almost games while modding Call of Duty, and holy fuck, I haven't opened that project in so long. People have actual game dev skills modding games, but they don't realize because they're stuck in those tools. And when they try to go to Unity, it's a completely different workflow, not really fun to use or inspiring. Just end up the asset store trying to recreate that original experience you had modding this game. I don't know why it's so slow in debug. Why is it so slow now? When I'm profiling, I get like crazy performance. Oh shit, I created the wrong project. Where is that? Showcase. It's like people doing Quake maps and then trying Godot, and then they find out they have to install like a bunch of plugins just to import the maps, and then you have to create manually those materials, create the mapping themselves between the WADs, the textures, and the materials, and then they have to click build, and then now they have a bunch of prefabs they made with enemies, so they have to create this new resource, drag the prefabs they want, create their entity file list themselves, go back to Ranchbook, reload everything, and it doesn't even live reload. So you got so much friction where it's just like, I have my textures, I have my models, why doesn't it just export by itself? Like, I don't know. It's just like, I miss just being able to create without all these weird pipeline you gotta set up before, you know? Because the problem is like engines are so generic now that it's like this empty box. Alright, so clearly the default settings for my environment are not good. The strength should be way lower. I don't even remember if this works. This project I made before I had C#. It was way back. It was a year ago. More than a year and 2 months ago. It's been a while. I don't know why it's so slow. And when I try and debug why it's so slow, it's fast. Does it play? Does it work? Oh god. I think it's gonna crash. Oh, it works. Oh god. This whole scene is fucked up. What about release? What does it look like in release? Yeah, I'm just thinking about like the process I went through when I was trying to make something in Unity. I ended up installing this like Level Builder Pro to just do like brush base level creation. And it was a completely different workflow than actual brush editing, so I had to learn that. And it just had this debug texture on it. And then the collision for that was all weird. It wasn't working well. Pro Builder. Yeah, I think that's what I installed. And then when I went to Godot, it didn't have any like builder like that. It was the plugin Godot, whatever. It was before the project was switched over to the community, like new maintainers. It was made by one person before, Shifty. That's the version I tried, and it required a lot of manual work, so I implemented the live reloading myself, but it was still like super finicky and a lot of work. Like it felt like you were using something the wrong way. I haven't tried the new version, I guess. Like, it's been years since then. But I know like a lot of work has been done on it, in Rust and everything. So it's probably like way better now. But that was after I started this project. But yeah, I just don't. I just want something to like work, out of the box. So like I remember I was making like this first person game on Godot. No. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Desktop. I think that was it. Yeah. Why can't I mute it? Oh, it's still building. Sometimes I have to like kill my Visual Studio because I think Visual Studio has some kind of issue after a while. Computer gets like super slow. Yeah. Let me find it. Damn. My computer is dying. Can't open anything. Oh, it's still stuck on that clip. I think I crashed VLC. Like it stays open. That's fun. well, it doesn't load. Anyway, I was making this game, this all with Trench Broom, and it was multiplayer. Let's build. Okay. Let's try this project. Alright, seems pretty good. Seems fine. Let's play it. Oh yeah, I forgot. The UI is broken in release. Damn. I guess so. So do that. Go out in space. I'm gonna deploy the antenna. Fuck, there's no power. I forgot. Alright. Can probably fix that. Row direction bug between release. Some reason. I don't know why there's a difference in behavior between debug and release. Let's see. It's on the GitHub. Issues. Release. What kind of optimization am I doing here? Let's try like this. I think it might be the optimization that's making it act a little bit different. Not sure. I don't think it's with the way I'm using it. Anyway, I gotta fix that bug. Debug versus release acts different in the UI. And I remember that was an issue I had when I was just working with yoga in general. Maybe it's just like a flag that's different. But yeah. Like, see, now it's perfectly fine. And it works, you know. I can turn on the ship. Grab the antenna. Now we can deploy it. Weird shadow bug. Let's get back inside. Now we can receive transmission. We get the CD over here. The CD in. And play music. Down. And ideally, I would want to make it so that you also have to go outside to the satellite and deploy the antenna. Oh shit, I'm overshooting it. That's where I'm at. Okay. Did more work than I thought today with the whole resource thing. But yeah. Interesting. Why is it white? All right. All right. I'm gonna stop the stream here. It was pretty fun. I really like the whole like resource, how easy it is to add new resource and the way it works. Now like can even change the UI and stuff, like get this little shortcut. It's nice quality of life feature. Just gonna commit my work again. Added shortcut to open resource in component widgets. All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I haven't been really good with updating the blog. I think last update was from August. It's been 2 months, a little bit more than 2 months, and a lot happened in between. Definitely a lot. Like, so many features. Like I haven't really even showed anything about like the trench broom integration. Like also have this this prefab editor window, the whole entity linking. Let's see, gizmo scene, no lights, not no. What is this one? Game scene. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's yeah for sure. Okay. New environment. Sky. It's in the wrong folder. New projects. That's on my desktop. Sky. For example, where's the world? Right here. Oh no. All right. See all these lines that's going on over here? I know they're not very thick, but it's basically displaying the entity links. So we have this trigger that's linked to this delay to these doors. Well, we have the trigger here that's linked to these doors. Or for example, this platform is linked to this target over here. So it's gonna move, basically. So when we get in there, we can press, there's a little delay, and then the door opens. And same with this one. You have this lift that's supposed to go up. Maybe not. Oh yeah, it's just a really big delay to it. And then this one's buggy kind of. It's like shooting me backwards for some reason. We got this AI guy as well that's chasing me around. And when I get out of sight, he loses me and he starts roaming. He's trying to reach this target over here, but he's blocked. They haven't coded that case in. Now he's lost, and then it's gonna walk over there. And it's gonna find a new spot. It's gonna idle for a little bit, find this new spot. It's walking down the slope like a big boy. And with the flickering, it's just this debug thing that's kind of messing with the graphic pipeline stuff. But yeah, all of that is just links and triggers and delays, just like Quake. And the neat part about this is all of the available stuff in the level, for example, like the delay, the target, the debug, the doors, the triggers, it's all simply detected from the C#. So for example, the door, I just created a C# script with the brush script attribute, and automatically it shows up in Trench Broom. The kill zone, custom brush, my super cool trigger brush. If I create a brush and I go here, and this is called that's the description. It's called debug brush. We got the description in here, my super cool trigger brush. So you can just create code and it automatically reflects in Trench Broom, and you can use it, and then it's in C#. It's live reloaded, so super fun to use. Super fun. You can just make like a swamp zone in C#, go back to Trench Broom, and it's there. You can use it. Now this flickering light is bothering me a lot. It's just 0, 0. That's a spotlight. But yeah. So you just define your entities like your ogre, your monsters, your spawns in C#, and it's in French Broom. You can use it. Now I just want to try this launching pad again. Oh yeah. We even got velocity transfer. Anyway, my point is I need to explain all of that in a blog post. Just pretty violent, as I'm not a really good writer. Anyways, I'm ending the stream. Thank you, Zypher, for coming through and staying and chatting. Super nice. Good night, everyone.